The U.S. economy is adding jobs at a monthly clip of 187,000 over the past 12 months. Hello, I'm Deaux reporting from Wall Street. My guest today is the Wharton School professor of management, Peter Cappelli, coming to us from Philadelphia. Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Peter, when you look at these numbers, do you think we're finally seeing those weak months prior due to weather falling by the wayside?
I think that's right. I think these are good numbers. They're very encouraging. We have to add about 140,000 new jobs per month to keep up with the growth of the population. And so once we get above that number, it's good news. And the more above it we are, better news. And the fact that this is even better numbers than we've had in the previous couple of months suggests good news, and previous problems were probably to do with the weather.
Now, when you look at this number, though you do seem to think that overall, pretty good jobs number, is there anything when you dive into the numbers that worried you a bit?
Well, there's quirkiness to the unemployment rate numbers. The first thing you see is that even though job growth is pretty strong, unemployment hasn't changed. And it's partly because unemployment is a pretty stable number, partly because people come in and out of the labor force. Discouraged workers start coming back in when the job growth is good and they think there are more jobs. So we might expect unemployment won't move very much. So the one quirky thing we saw is that the unemployment rate for women actually ticked up a bit. The unemployment rate for men ticked down a little bit. And overall, the unemployment rates seem to be pretty stable.
Is there anything to make from that?
I think what we should make of it is really not to pay too much attention from here on out for a while to the unemployment rate numbers, because they don't really suggest much about job growth, which is really what we care about.
Well, let's get your final bottom line takeaway from this that investors or anybody following this economic recovery should take away from this jobs report. Just one.
Good news, I think. I think this is good news. It's reasonably strong growth. It's better than we've seen in previous months, so you always like the direction to be up. And this will, if it continues, do a lot to help the long-term unemployment rate come down.
All right, Peter, thanks so much.
Thank you.
That's Peter Cappelli of the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. For TheStreet in New York, I'm Deaux.